This is JR here with another amazing gameplay recap. Today we're going to be playing some Queen Marchesa. My girl. Well, let's begin. Now, as we see here, we're using the game mode cockatrice. And I'm against a Farika, a Morofon, and a Horde of Notions. Now, thank God I'm going second, because I'm starting off with a fetch into, well, nothing. We're going to fetch into a Godless Shrine into a land tax, because that's what I got. And I'll basically always have the land tax available, because this guy's just going to keep dropping lands for a bit. And once he's done dropping lands, I can probably just pop my Blast Zone for one. The first land tax, I get 3 lands because I want to dex it as much as possible. I think I go down to maybe 1 land from this point on, because I'm trying to not overcrowd my hand and keep discarding lands. Now, everybody's got a Signet at the moment. This guy's gonna kind of regret not playing his, because I'm gonna drop my Karn right here. I had the option to drop Queen, but I felt Karn was the best. Kind of shut off that early game ramp. What, with 2 Signets on board? Unfortunately, I feel like this guy really shouldn't have kept his hand. He had no choice but to get the Vidalcan Ori over a Mana Rock because of my Karn. But I mean, how could he know this would be bad? I think he's running the Command Zone Avatar deck. Now, let's see what I go. I'm probably gonna play my Queen, I think. Yeah. No, I don't play Queen because I've got a Damnation in hand. And I kind of want to wait for him to play Fertilid to Damnation. So I think I'm just gonna hold up on this one. Yeah, we got Fertilid. Drop him down. Gonna attack this for 1, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna miss some Karn activations every so often in this game, just the nature of it. Now here's the Vidalcan Ori. Here we go. He's gonna go ahead and try to putrefy the Signet here. The bastard. Oh wait, that's right, not yet. Gonna come later. But he plays Courser, which is nice. But in my opinion, that's 4. He's gonna have some real problems from this point on, because I think he overextended here. He has too much value on board. I would have played City of Solitude, and I'm gonna go ahead and Damnation Vidalcan Ori too by turning into a creature. Now, this guy's really gonna have trouble because I got rid of his Fertilid. I didn't even get to do anything with it. But this is what happens. I think they just didn't put me on to having this much removal in this deck, but this is what this deck does. This deck is all about removal, about having an out. Now I think if I remember this today, this guy's just done. Got no way of playing anything. Yeah, he scoops, as he should. Now we're gonna see this guy gonna play Eternal Witness, get Herald of the Pantheon. I feel like this was a poor decision on this part. We got Merciless Eviction, but I'm gonna go ahead and play Queen Marchesa and get the Monarch online. Discard down. Time to start drawing. I really feel like this Farika guy doesn't understand values. He's playing Farika way too soon on this one. There's no point in playing Farika here. What's he gonna do? If he was smart, he would have waited and gotten Farika at the end of the game. But now he's racking up that commander tax, and that's just dumb. Now, I decided to Merciless Eviction lands because he did not play a land this turn, so now I officially don't really get value from land tax, so it's time for it to go. And I'd much rather get rid of that City of Solitude and that Farika. Now, this guy's gonna play Horde of Notions and smack the shit out of me. That is a correct play. If I remember correctly, this guy's probably going to play No Mercy. I have no real way of dealing with it for a while, which is unfortunate. I feel like he's just not that good, because he really should have played Grim Guardian first and then No Mercy. So we're going to go ahead, Vampiric Tutor. I'm trying to remember what I get here. I know I get a removal piece if I remember. Yeah, I get Decree of Pain. We're going to go ahead and attack. Swing both at Gusty Gold. Get back that Monarchy. Now we're going to go ahead and play Decree. And we're going to draw 6 off of it. Now, I goof here. It's something that we do on Cockatrice. It's hard to remember that your commander goes to the command zone on Cockatrice. So we end up allowing this. It's kind of a soft, if your commander's in the graveyard, you can put it back into the command zone, which is over here. This is also the stack, but it's more because it's casual. It's like, oh, obviously you didn't want to put it there. And look at this guy. He deals 1 damage to everybody with Pestilence. Now, I feel that he is making misplays. This was not the turn to play Pestilence, because now there is no creatures, and I basically just removed 2 things. Now I'm playing Authority of the Consuls because I really need some life gain, and I really need no one to be able to attack the turn that shit comes in. Now this is freaking amazing. I gotta admit, the Magmatic Force, solid. I've never seen this card play, but damn, against the Walker deck, this is pretty freaking brutal. And I'm gonna go ahead and protect this with Boros Charm, make everything indestructible. I just don't feel like I need it at the moment for board wipes. I'm really not concerned. I mean, what are they gonna do? I don't feel like any of these decks run mass land removal, and I've only got like 5 permanents, and I really want this to not be a problem. Now I mess up here. I should have Karned out. Oh wait, no, I didn't mess up because I needed the Crucible to attack. Gonna get Horde of Notions. No, he's gonna play Recross Path. Gets that land. Unfortunately, he reveals Worst Fears, so yeah, he wins the clash. Dread. Now, unfortunately, he only has 7 mana, so he can't play Worst Fears. And I already saw Worst Fears, so we are definitely playing Teo, because I need Hexproof right now. Like, I need the Hexproof, because I am not going down to a Worst Fears. This Mana Crypt's really killing me, but I'm going to keep it around until I'm under 10 life, because after that it's pretty dangerous. But until then, it's pretty solid just to go with it. Now we're going to keep attacking Gusty Gold because he's got No Mercy. And I figure I do have Planeswalkers that put in tokens. I have a couple that can win the game by themselves or remove that No Mercy. So I'm just waiting for that. Now he plays Tamiyo. This thing needs to die immediately. I cannot allow that to ulti. Heck, I can't even allow it to do that. Now I go ahead and flash an Emergency Zone to get this Blind Obedience out. Because I know this turn I've got to really think about blast zoning this Polluted Bonds out of play. I'm gonna go ahead and Crucible, kill that. He's gonna Wrath of God. This is a smart move on my point. Really solid. He's gonna play Vigor, gets tapped. Now Blind Obedience is pretty solid because of that Extort trigger. This is gonna be really good as the game goes on. The longer I can keep these 2 guys alive, the more money, the more extortions I could get off. That's the thought process. Now we've got Blast Zone up to 5. He draws Death Cloud. I don't think he wants to go with symmetrical removal against me. So I feel this is not a good card to play at any point in time because he's so far behind and I'm so far ahead that any time that he plays it, I'm just gonna be ahead. I've got in my hand some pretty decent stuff. I draw Bitter Blossom, which I'm not playing this game. Bitter Blossom is something to think about when you're at like 20, not when you're at 11. Especially when you've got a mana crypt in play. I think he's going to go ahead and play Death Cloud for 5. Poor decision on his part. He's going to drop him down to basically out of the game, and he doesn't even realize it. But I guess he's thinking that he wants to drop me down my hand, but I'm at 6. And Gusty Gold just scoops up because he can't handle it. So I'm going to go ahead and draw Rakdos Charm. And we're going to play Queen Marchesa again. And we're going to kill off our own mana crypt because, yeah, I need that to be gone. I believe we extort. We're going to play Badlands, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Horde of Notion commander damage trigger, probably. And we're going to blow up his Golgari. It no longer matters. We're going to gain 1 off of this, which is great. Draw. We're going to play Scrubland. It's time to start extorting. And it's really time for me to start thinking about it. Ooh, I draw Teferis off the Monarch trigger, which is great. I'm at 7, and I need to protect my life total. I'm going to go ahead and Path to Exile the Fairy Rogue. I don't really care if he gets lands. Unfortunately, he gets these lands too. One of these is tapped, but he's very bad about remembering that. Again, this Authority of the Consuls is just gaining me a life off his Bitter Blossoms, and the Bitter Blossoms is reducing him down. Demonic Tutor is really strong for me here. Just really strong. We go ahead and draw a Plateau. We're going to go ahead and play Demonic Tutor. Extorting, of course. And now it's Karn time. We're going to go ahead and use Karn to exile No Mercy. I don't really care about the Underrealm Lich. I've got Wall. I'm going to gain a life here. The Monarchy pulls me the Spark to hand, which is so strong. I don't know why this card is uncommon. That is a ridiculously good card. That is ridiculously good. We're going to go ahead and despark the Underrealm Lich, and Karn can go down 1. That's fine. Actually, it should be at 2. I forget he starts off with 6. Now, I draw a Monastery Mentor, so it is now time to... I'm going to go ahead and activate Karn, but I'm going to do some shenanigans on this. Now, I didn't have to play the Monastery Mentor after the Karn shenanigans, but I'm going to. I'm going to crack Emergency Zone, because actually I do need to do it for what I'm going to do. We're going to extort Monastery Mentor. We're going to extort... We're not going to extort Teferi's Protection. We unfortunately don't have enough mana. But we are going to gain 2 life off of this. And then, basically, after every extort trigger, I'm basically letting that resolve. And then Teferi's Protection is coming down. So now I draw 7. My life total doesn't go to effing ever down. I'm completely phased out, which is not good for him. He really needs me to not be phased out. Now he's going to play Thoughtrender Lamia. This is a really good card for him, because he needs to get rid of my hand. Now he's got Grey Merchant in hand, and I think he messes up here by not playing it. But I think he doesn't think that I'll have removal for all of his stuff again. Which, I mean, I've got Karn. This is automatically removal for his stuff. So I don't know why he would think that. Now, this is something I didn't anticipate, is the Gaze of Granite. Now, please remember, this is me. This is him. I can't see his hand. So, Gaze of Granite might be good against me. Now, we're going to go ahead, and we're going to just go for it with the, Karn exiling the Bitter Blossom. It's time for that to go. I'm doing some math here. I'm trying to figure out how much that I can gain from this. I'm going to go ahead and extort Stoneforge and Orzhov Signet, gaining me 2. I'm going to extort Umezawa's Jitte. So I gained 3 from this turn so far. And then my Monastery Mentor is just going off crazy. We're going to Crackling Doom, getting rid of his Thought Render, dealing 2 damage. Now, remember, I've been at like around 10 lives since this guy was at 26 or so. So this is me going off like crazy. Now, with the Jitang, this is no longer an okay thing for him. So he's got to play Gaze of Granite. And he gets me with it. I admit, I didn't see it coming. But I'm going to go ahead and gain 4 life with the Umezawa's Jitang, and I've still got Karn. And I'm going to go ahead and discard his hand. I'm going to go ahead and play this Swamp. And I draw Skull Clamp. I've got the Wanderer, Stranglehold, Kolaghan's Command. I could have let Queen Marchesa go to grave, but I kind of wanted to get back my my Mentor, so I didn't. So instead I can sacrifice it. Now I'm going to go ahead and play Kolaghan's Command. Discard a card after I play Karn. I'm going to get back my Marchesa. So this is all pluses. Now we're going to pause for a second. Now this is a pretty significant moment here. Now, here's where it gets really, really good. So, let's go ahead and go back. Let's go ahead. He says you would have died next turn. And he's right. So you would have been able to play his 3-drop and his Grey Merchant, and that would have killed me. Now, I'm at 4. And I kind of explained to him why I went with the discard instead of the damage. Because the damage wouldn't really matter. He's at 10. Like, what am I going to do? He's at 10. He's going to be able to crack a fetch, play Phyrexian mana, do all of that good stuff. Now, I missed a couple of Marchesa token triggers when I wasn't the Monarch, but it didn't really impact it that much. Now, opponent, I think, is pretty salty. He's going, oh, I guess I lose. And he loses, not because of what I did, really, though that is what contributed. He loses at the end of this game because he played Pharika too many times. If he had held onto her like he should have as a late game mana dump, and I explained to him why I go for the discard. It's not fatal. I mean, like, I'll drop him down to 5. He can crack a fetch. He can play Phyrexian mana. He can get a shock land off his fetch, and he still won't be enough. It still won't be enough for me to really threaten him. So the thought is, I want to go for the removal of resources. Essentially, don't give up your control of the board for anything that is not going to win the game. It's like if you get on top of someone in a fight, and you're maintaining body control, and you're hitting them, maybe not the strongest punches, but you're hitting them over and over and over again. You don't want to give that up to like go for a big whammy, because right now there's really not much they can do. So why go for the haymaker? It's a very loose play. Going for the haymaker, it's just doesn't guarantee the win. It looks fun, it's funny, but it's really not enough to kill them. And that's basically why I maintained control, discarded their hand. Now, he messes up here, plays Pharika again. He probably thinks that he forgets that I have Karn, or he probably thinks that he needs to stop me from dealing 3 damage, but I would have just played Gary. Gary's a solid blocker, and Pharika's not going to do much, but he creates a snake. I bring out the Wanderer and Marchesa. The Wanderer is there just to prevent him from like killing me with, I don't know, another Pestilence-like effect. because I've already seen one, and it's not really going to hurt. I've still got enough mana for Aven Mind Sensor if I need to. Now, he doesn't do the math here, and he doesn't realize that my Elspeth, it's at 6, but I've got Card's Bastion out. That's going to be 7, and that's an ulti. But it's really not much else he could have done. I mean, he's probably doing the math going, I'll go to 1, but I would just play the Grey Merchant here. Put yourself at 9. I mean, probably should have flashed in the Aven Mind Sensor, but I really wanted to hold it up in case he tried to do some shenanigans. I don't know which the shenanigans would be, but they'd be there. And that's the game. Well, overall, solid gameplay, solid control. I never really lost it. Held it since I dropped Karn and never gave it up.